Hey everyone, it's James Lambert, the motivational coach and speaker. I went from knockouts to knowledge and from headlocks to hugs. I still embrace people, just now in a different way. In this video, I want to share a lovely story with you. It's called The Valentine. This is by a lady called Ruth MacDonald. And it talks about one of my favourite things. Abundance is one of the themes, and just kindness and ultimately love. But it's what I was saying, giving when you just can't outgive the universe. It's that lovely quote I shared before. You know, I took abundance from abundance, and yet abundance remained. And abundance is interchangeable with all the beautiful things: kindness, hope, compassion, love, peace, joy. All the lovely, lovely qualities. So I'll share this with you, and I hope you enjoy it. He was a shy little boy, not very popular with the other children in grade 1. As Valentine's Day approached, his mother was delighted when he asked her one evening to sit down and write the names of all the children in his class so that he could make a valentine for each. Slowly, he remembered each name aloud, and his mother recorded them on a piece of paper. He worried endlessly for fear he would forget someone. Armed with a book of valentines to cut out, with scissors and crowns and paste, he plodded his conscientious way down the list. When each one was finished, his mother printed the name on a piece of paper and watched him laboriously copy it. As the pile of finished valentines grew, so did his satisfaction. About this time, his mother began to worry whether the other children would make valentines for him. He hurried home so fast each afternoon to get on with his task that it seemed likely the other children playing along the street would forget his existence altogether. How absolutely horrible if he went off to the party armed with 37 tokens of love and no one had remembered him. She wondered if there was some way she could sneak a few valentines among those he was making so that he would be sure of receiving of at least a few. But he watched his hoard so jealously and counted them over so lovingly that there was no chance to slip in an extra. She assumed a mother's most normal role, that of patient waiting. The day of the Valentine box finally arrived, and she watched him trudge off down the snowy street, a box of heart-shaped cookies in one hand, a shopping bag clutched in the other, with 37 neat tokens of his labour. She watched him with a burning heart. Please God, she prayed, let him get at least a few. All afternoon her hands were busy here and there, but her heart was at the school. At 3:30, she took her knitting and sat with studied coincidence in a chair that gave her a full view of the street. Finally, he appeared, alone. Her heart sank. Up the street he came, turning every once in a while to back up a few steps into the wind. She strained her eyes to see his face. At that distance, it was just a rosy blur. It was not until he turned in at the walk that she saw it. The one lone valentine clutched in his little red mitt. Only one. After all his work. And from the teacher, probably. The knitting blurred before her eyes. If only you could stand between your child and life. She laid down her work and walked to meet him at the door. What rosy cheeks, she said. Here, let me untie your scarf. Were the cookies good? He turned towards her, a face shining with happiness and complete fulfillment. Do you know what? He said. I didn't forget a one. Not a single one. Whew, that beautiful, beautiful story there. And just exemplifies that sort of courageous giving. You know, he might be a little guy, but his heart's as big as the world. And when you can think of others more than yourself, this is what I'm striving to do in this lifetime. When you can really wish someone well, almost more so for them than yourself, I think you're onto something good, and it's a beautiful thing. Even, or more importantly, if it's not returned. I think that's beautiful when you give with no expectation of receive. Now, whether that's love, kindness, compassion, money, just let the universe settle the account. But you give from an open and full, loving heart. And believe me, as I've had the honour to see, the privilege to see in my own life, you'll never go wrong. You'll never go without. Truth be told, it's just a beautiful thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this story. And as always, you are unstoppable, and I believe in you.